Hi there and welcome back to RedStone Productions. Today we have some really super useful devices here from Radial Engineering, made in Canada. First one I want to showcase is the gold digger, and the second one I will introduce you to is what's called the cherry picker. So let's start with the gold digger. So as you probably guys know, the main aim of this channel is to do pro audio gear reviews. So something we really wanted to start doing is proper microphone reviews. In order to do that, we want to be able to shoot out different microphones, trying to eliminate every single bias when we do that. In order to achieve that, the easiest way to plug 4 different microphones into one mic pre was the gold digger from Radial Engineering. So what this box basically allows us to do by providing its own power is, first of all, to provide phantom power to the condenser mics that might need that actual 48 volts. On top of it, we can also match the output of those mics, since we might be showcasing microphones that have a higher output level versus other ones, so we can trim down kind of the hottest mics in order to make sure we're actually comparing apples with apples in terms of loudness. The other thing that's really cool about this device is that basically allows me to use one singular output going into a mic preamplifier. That way I can definitely make sure that the microphone preamp is not having any effect on the sound of the microphones. So the normal way we're going to use this device is we're going to plug up to 4 different microphones to it, no matter if it's a condenser or it's a dynamic microphone, and we're going to be able to shoot out those different mics on very different sources, starting with guitar cabinets, female voices, male voices, mandolins, acoustic guitar, and all of that. The other really cool thing again about this unit is that it allows you to quickly and on the fly A, B, C, D any of those mics. Not the cheapest utility to get, it's around $400, but definitely it's a lifesaver. It's one of those gadgets that in the studio you definitely want to have when you're trying to do what we're trying to do in here, proper professional reviews. The other unit I wanted to show you is what's called the cherry picker. It's kind of the inverse of that if you think about it. What this unit will allow us to do is shoot out 4 different mic preamps, each one of it with its own different tone, let's say an API style with operational amplifier in there versus an Eve with beefy cardinal transformer, or anywhere in between. So this is going to be a super cool tool to basically shoot out different mic preamps. As you can see on the very front of the unit itself, well, it's pretty straightforward. If you need to provide phantom power to the unit, you do it via this box that comes with its own power supply. So phantom power will be provided here. There's a mute switch, and this switch is basically muting all of the outputs. So this might be super handy if you want to exchange preamps on the back without having any buzz or noise created by those interconnections changes. The other thing that's really cool, of course, you can lift the ground in case your preamp is somehow creating some ground loops. You can definitely do that. And the other switches that we have here on 1, 2, 3, and 4 will solo out each of these preamps and let you compare those different units. One other super cool feature of this that I had to think of and actually can be implemented, and it can be done just straight out of the box, I could plug also line level signals into this. So I could, for instance, plug in the output of my DA converter, let's say output 2, where I have, I don't know, my snare, and I want to try to figure out what's the best EQ or compressor chain for that specific instrument on mixdown. So not only on shootouts and recording, but also on mixdown, I could plug in a line level signal into the unique input we have here and distribute it over 4 different chains or 4 different compressors that with the flip of a switch, I can easily audition and compare it on the fly. Again, this is not one of the cheapest units, but it's actually made in Canada. It's a very sturdy unit, and along with the gold digger, I dig it's probably going to be a lifesaver in terms of timing and in terms of performances for the studio when it comes down to shootouts and reviews.